Hey everybody, alright, it's Wolfman Jack, and I'm here to introduce Billy Pop. I'm just kidding, it's just me. Welcome to Rotting Flesh Movie Reviews. It's midnight once again. I'm Billy Pop, and we're looking at 2021's Halloween Kills. First of all, terrible name for a fucking movie. It sounds like fucking like a fucking 6-year-old came up with it. Like, hey guys, Halloween Kills. Like, it just sounds like, like my mom can beat up your dad. I don't know. It just sounds fucking childish and stupid to me. So, I don't know. I just hate the title of this movie so much. Spoilers ahead. Not all, but some. It was directed by David Gordon Green. Jamie Lee Curtis is back as Laurie Strode. Nick Castle and James Jude Courtney are both back as Michael Myers to some capacity or another. We opened Alice's boyfriend Cameron from the last movie, who finds a cop I didn't talk about in the last review. His name is Hawkins. We get them on the side of the road. Hawkins is almost dead, and Cameron's like, somebody go for help, and Hawkins is like, we must kill him, or something. Then we get a flashback of 1978 when Michael went on his first killing spree as a young cop. As a young cop, Hawkins and his favorite deputy are tracking Myers through Haddonfield. Apparently, Hawkins used to get babysat by Michael's mom, and Michael would just stare out his sister's window. They wonder what he was looking at, like they're pondering it. Whatever, they're like, maybe he's looking at the town of Haddonfield. And then the other guy's like, maybe he's looking at himself. Or whatever. Anyway, they end up at the Myers house, where Hawkins' buddy goes upstairs to Michael's sister's room to investigate. Michael barges in, grabs him, and uses him as a human shield, while Hawkins tries to shoot the perp from behind his friend's back. But I think Hawkins was smoking the perp, because he hits his friend in the neck instead. Ignoring him, Michael marches away like a robot. It's actually kind of unnerving. It looks very unnatural. Hawkins fires off some shots, missing him each time. Michael walks right out the front door, and Dr. Loomis runs in, and he's all like, screaming a bunch of iconic shit while the police arrest Michael, and he's just like, I shot him 6 times, and I will say this scene was awesome. They tried to make it look like the 78 film, but they showed Michael too close up with too much light on his face, so, I don't know. It's not exactly the same. It's pretty good though. Anyway, we then cut directly after directly as the last movie. Sorry. We then cut to directly after the last movie. As Laurie and her family are leaving the burning house, some fire trucks are heading in that direction. I thought, that is a very realistic, way to go. Am I ever happy they stuck with reality? I was really excited about that part of it. I was like, oh yeah, the fire trucks would come. That never happens. And I can promise you that this was the wrong thinking, because this movie does not go the reality route. We also get a scene where Tommy Doyle, Lonnie from the last movie, like Tommy Doyle was being babysat by Laurie Strode. Lonnie was the kid that was like, get away from there, Lonnie. The smoking nurse from the beginning of the first movie, and Lindsay, the other girl that was babysat by Laurie Strode. Sorry, I didn't explain that very well. Anyway, they're all at the bar, and Tommy Doyle tells the story of 1978 to all the patrons, and does like a salute, tribute, raise your glass to Laurie. Anyway, the firefighters get massacred after Michael escapes the burning barrel. It's an intense scene, and it immediately makes Michael seem like, I don't know, like a super villain or some kind of ninja or something. Like, he doesn't seem like Michael Myers anymore. He seems more like Jason. So our Strode family are at the hospital thinking Michael is dead. Meanwhile, Michael is on an awesome killing spree. Everyone at the bar finds out Michael is on the loose, and they all form a lynch mob. The cops tell Allison Michael is still alive, but she doesn't tell her grandmother, who is healing from surgery after the first movie. This is the third Halloween 2, by the way, I want to say, that takes place partially in a hospital. So, anyway, Allison ends up joining the lynch mob. During Michael's hunt, during the hunt, Michael kills a lot of people. But I will say this: someone in a slasher movie finally ran into the dark, hid in some trees, and evaded him. And I've been thinking that would be what I would do my entire life, and guess what? It fucking worked. So there you go. Tommy goes to the hospital and riles up the crowd to make a super lynch mob, and so, they're just extra manpower, and everyone keeps yelling, "Evil dies tonight! Evil dies tonight!" like a bunch of cult members. Maybe they thought this was Halloween 6. I'm not sure, but Laurie finds out he's alive. She takes a shot of Oxycontin to the bum and starts raving about how if her and Michael die at the same time, it's magic or something. I don't really know what the fuck she was talking about, because we've kind of retconned the idea. I think it seems like the characters don't know this, but I believe we've retconned the idea that he's after just Laurie, right? Like, I don't know. Anyway, there are so many odd choices for subplots that are kind of pointless, and I don't exclude the annoying lesson on mob mentality. Like, really, who cares? Michael kills, Halloween kills, derpity derp derp, blah, blah, blah. Like, other reviewers have already talked about that stuff to death, so I won't do it here. It's just, all these movies, they always have some other, they always have a subplot to make a point about all sorts of things that are going on in society, and honestly, in this movie, it's just too in the forefront. Like, it's like, hey, like, fuck, you don't have to tell me, like, and I'm not gonna even talk about it anymore, because that's it. Everybody's already talked about it. Okay, so anyway, eventually Karen takes him down, and she takes his mask off, and he gets back up, and she lures him with it to where the mob lurks. So they all turn on their headlights. Sheriff Brackett's there, and he's like, says some fucking Clint Eastwood shit, and the mob basically just starts kicking the living shit out of him. But before they do that, he puts on his mask and he looks around. He's like, all right, who's first? So they shoot him, they beat him, they stab him. Then we get like this narration with Laurie about how Michael isn't a real boy. He's the Halloween master or whatever. He's like a demon ghost. He's death. He's whatever he is. He's translucent, or no, he's transcends, or I don't even fucking know. Immediately, Michael gets up and fucking kills everyone, and and I mean everyone. Like, it's like he's a fucking supervillain. Like, this is more like Brightburn, or like I said, a Jason movie. I'm starting to think this is now out of the realm of reality. I seriously wonder how they're gonna follow this up. I'm interested. He ends up killing Karen in Judith Meyer's bedroom by the end of the movie. That's what happens. So I skipped a bunch of crap because none of it was really that important to the actual movie part, like the part that you care about. So I skipped a bunch, and everyone's already reviewed this anyway. But this movie was directed pretty nicely. It was really dark. It felt bleak, so I liked that about it. It had its own feel. Some of the shots were actually epic, too. Like, we all seen the one where he's standing in front of the burning building. That was pretty cool. The acting was destroyed by the story and dialogue. Like, just the lines these people had to say and, like, keep a serious face. And some of these guys were so old that when they were running and trying to run shit, it didn't even look like they could do that. Like, if that makes sense. And yeah, the story was just kind of dumb. Michael was fucking awesome. The new guy playing him in this series might be my favorite. It used to be Tyler Mane, I think, was one of them anyway. He was originally my favorite one, but anyway, music was top shelf. John Carpenter, I'm pretty sure, did it again. It was placed very well in the movie. The effects were the best I've seen in this franchise. I mean, you had some fucking crazy gore in this fucking show. Like, this was a fucking gory ass motherfucking movie, and it was awesome for that. This was written very badly. I liked some of the Easter egg, but there were almost too many. The characters are so stock, it's like everyone is one of those bots from Grand Theft Auto. I think I mentioned Grand Theft Auto in the fucking Halloween 2018 review too, but This was written more like a Friday the 13th movie, straight up. If this was Jason, people would probably be more excited because Jason isn't as deep, I guess, right? Like, everyone, his movies are all pretty much the same. Everyone in this film makes the dumbest decisions ever. There's almost no logic or merit behind almost anything that happens. The dialogue is like someone who smokes too much dope, was trying to write Shakespeare, and then did a line of coke and said, "Hey, Halloween Kills." It's like a lazy title. Fuck it. Everyone is Dr. Loomis, man. There, character development. Town Mad Michael Kill Halloween Kills. This is perfect. Anyways, it was fun and it was stupid. Like, it was straight up. It was fun and it was stupid. It was weird because this is one where so many things were entertaining about it, but it was kind of a train wreck like Halloween 5, if I'm being totally fucking honest. But in the same breath, it was actually really, like, a lot more fun than that one. And I don't remember what I rated that one, but I can't give this one, just because it's new and they had time to think about this a lot more, I can't give this as high of a rating as that one. And I don't know what I gave that one, but I think I'm going to go with 7.5 on this movie. It is entertaining enough and it's fun to watch, but it's not good. Like, this is far from a good movie. But it's also the middle of a trilogy, but also this trilogy was planned so abruptly. I kind of hated the concept of it immediately, but so far, honestly, I don't mind it. So anyways, guys, thanks for listening. This is the last Halloween movie thus far, and we're going to be moving on to other things now. So thank you for listening. If you haven't seen my first I think 11 Halloween reviews, check those out. Check out my Spotify. I'm just kidding. I don't have any of that social media shit. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. See you next time. Bye.
That Magic Production.